Well, I'll give that link to the Princess Cam to Josh and see what he thinks about the double dare.
This is the guy talking about who does all the surgeries.
He probably wouldn't get it.
He was also the guy that almost died to all the water spouts. And
Getting some background from somebody. I can't see Zoom. I know I started it, but I can't see it yet.
Wild.
Microphones. Hello everybody, welcome into Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. Ken Stout Live with the Zoom Homies. The Zoom Homies with Ken Stout Live. We have Bill who's batting down the hatches. Dre, Jeff, and Sam. Hello gentlemen.
Hello.
Wintermute joins us with a Ken. And John started us off with a goodbye dancing girl
토니
send
왈로
off.
세드 노마노.
All right, good. Audio is normal. I don't have to go check it. That's good to hear. Now I've got to get the hand out of the way. I'm trying something different tonight, which tomorrow night maybe should be not necessarily. I'll have to wait and see. And who's joining us now? Sin Vicious is joining us with a background that I can't really make out. I don't even know if I spotlight if I'd be able to figure out what that is. Let's see here. It's a concert of some sort, or the Broadway play adaptation of Beetlejuice. I'm not sure which. No, I have no idea what it is.
Probably just as good.
Hello, Sin. Got some echo from somebody. Yeah, Sin would be the echo. He's got YouTube running.
Yeah.
Now that I can see Zoom, I can see what box lights up and identify who it is. So, anyway, got 3 of the items we ordered today from Amazon, which was all supposed to be here today, but it's thrown out of the next 12 days. We got one item that won't be here until the 21st, which is a good thing it's not necessarily needed because it'd been worthless ordering stuff to be here today if it's not going to be here until then. I did have to cancel one thing because we got the kids some things off Amazon, one thing specifically, and it wasn't going to be here until the 16th. So I had to end up canceling that. Bill, how is your situation right now? Is it still looking like you're going to get something around midnight, or are you starting to see stuff now?
It's supposed to be come right over Coco, the eye of the storm.
It's supposed to. The eye is going to go right over you.
Right.
Wow. Well.
존 윌리엄즈 said my brother just sent
Where do
me
you
a
live?
video of the storm Milton.
Coco.
It was crazy hail and he just got
Cocoa
home.
Beach or what is
No,
that?
Coco.
No, just called Cocoa.
Cocoa Beach is separate.
Okay.
Different.
Well,
John
I know
just
it's
said
coming
his-
online. I mean, it's coming on land in Tampa. It's going right up the bay.
It's already,
Hey.
but the Jetsons take it with the center of it over cocoa.
Yeah, I've got 2 different YouTube things running that show 8 different screens of different locations throughout the state of Florida, and even at night you can see that it's pretty doggone devastating in a strong storm. John just said his brother just sent him a video of the storm. It's crazy, a lot of hail, and he just got home. Wow.
Even if it hit Rockledge is basically a street change from cocoa. So imagine the same difference.
There's 2 people now that I'm aware of, which I'm sure there are more, but one's a TikTok star, the other's an Instagram person. One guy's living in his boat, and he swears he's going to ride it out because he made it through the last one, and everyone's got, even the national news has got fear for him. And then the other TikTok person is in a city that was told mandatory evacuation. She says nope, she's going to stick it out. So best of luck to her. Really don't want to read in the next couple of days that she didn't make it through the storm. That would not be good. Don't have a whole lot for today. I think we're going to attempt to play golf tomorrow.
존
Wait and
윌리엄즈
see.
said my brother in Daytona says they still have a power
You're
and
playing
just
golf in
like
this
over
weather,
the
you
night
just throw the
now.
golf ball out the window without the club.
Yeah, really toss it up and just see where it goes. He's got a brother in Daytona, says they still have power and a lot of rains. I haven't heard anything from Chris. I didn't check Facebook before I came online either. So I don't know if Chris is back to 100% with power and fiber and everything yet or not. Long Dog said we took a car ride to a place called Sandpoint, Idaho today. Okay, never heard of it. I imagine there are a lot of little interesting places like that out west. I learned something about the VA today. They did away with scheduling of labs. I can literally go down tomorrow and get my blood drawn for my appointment, which is now on the 29th instead of the 21st. And I was like, you couldn't back it up like you got rid of the appointments for the labs. Why can't you do that with the doctor? Oh, it's not a doctor's appointment, sir. You're talking to a pharmacist. I said, why am I talking to a pharmacist? Oh, your doctor authorized it. She's going to go over your blood results with you. So my plan is I'm either going to go down tomorrow or Friday and get my blood drawn. I have a 30-day window in which the doc's got, or the pharmacist, whoever's got to see it. A1 blood test. Yes, correct. Long Dog. A1 blood test.
My question is, why do you have to go to VA? Why can't you just go to a local clinic or the local outpatient at the hospital, get it done, and have them send the results to them?
I doubt they would do that. I would imagine. I mean, I honestly have no clue, but I just suspect they wouldn't do it.
I got to go do meds on our labs on Friday today.
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean,
I got to keep those appointments. I don't know why.
I try to keep mine. I think I've missed 2, and it was due to scheduling conflicts. They say they let me know they changed it, and I sort of basically forgot about one. So you can buy a home version of an A1C test from Amazon. Now that's interesting. I will have to check into that. It's got to be pricey, though, I would imagine. Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, well, the question is, if you go someplace else besides the VA lab, will you get reimbursed?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
I'm sure that any lab would send it wherever you want it, but they would probably want you to pay for it up front.
Right. Yeah, and I don't have any idea how much that would cost.
I don't either.
Mine's done through the insurance. The insurance pays certain labs.
Yeah, my insurance so far has paid all my lab work. When I had my annual Medicare thing this year, my doctor wanted a PSA test for the prostate.
Mm-hmm.
And the lab made me sign a paper before they would do it, saying that I understand that Medicare oftentimes will not pay for those and that I agree to pay for it with no questions asked. And apparently Medicare gets a lot of those, and I hadn't had one in several years, and they didn't even, Medicare paid for it without any question. Evidently, folks get worried about that sort of thing and have one every year, and Medicare won't do that.
This is interesting. The A1C, I went to Amazon and I put in A1C test. They range anywhere from $19. There's one for $19. That just looks to be a blood test, not A1C, all the way to $201. But none of them look to be anything more different than what I currently use with the strips. And you would think it'd have to be a little bit more involved, considering that it's looking for one specific result, yeah, Long Dog says it's kind of pricey. Yeah, I've been Googling what my average right now is 130, I believe, or 134. And according to a Google search result, that puts me at like 5.7 to 6.4 range in A1C terms. So I shot a letter to the VA asking him could they narrow that down for me, and of course they can't or wouldn't. So my 14-day average is 131, 130 on the 130's 30-day, 134 on 90, so 134. So if I were to Google what is 134 daily blood sugar convert to A1C, it'll tell me it's about whatever. And I don't know what that whatever is off the top of my head. I'll know in a minute.
I'm gonna eat my pie. Don't anybody disturb me.
Wait, hold on, hang on. What kind of pie are you eating? Oh, wait a minute. Chocolate? With chocolate chips and whipped cream on top. Chocolate crust, chocolate pie with chocolate chips.
It's a chocolate graham cracker.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you enjoy that, and
Are you gonna make Ken one for when he spurges?
Nah. Go to Walmart and
존
get one.
윌리엄즈 said hello 그레카이.
I'm only going to have one thing if I even do that. I want to, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so this search, okay, that I just did, an average blood sugar of 134 mg/dl roughly equates to an A1C level of around 6.2. Well, considering I was over 7, I think the doc and the pharmacist will be good. If this is accurate, if this is truly accurate. And we will find out very shortly.
Go. I'm not.
Is it 7 kind of the demarcation
You're in
point?
friendly territory.
No, it used to be 7, then it dropped to 6. Right now,
but
they
not
want you to
with
be
new
under
people.
6.
New people come and watch the
the
show.
threshold is,
People
yes,
get
it's
irritated
in the
with that.
5s.
I get
I hadn't
irritated
heard that.
Yeah.
from somebody.
That's the one thing I do. Again,
It's
I've
just
spoke
not
highly
good
of my
for
doctor
her.
in the past, and that's the one thing I like. She doesn't get real bent out of shape on this. When I was at 7.2, she was like, well, we just need to lower it a little, and, we can do that. And then when it went up, she didn't hesitate. She said, I'm putting you on Jardiance, and we're going to see what happens. Can I see your background? Yeah, I see, looks to be maybe tonight's show. I'm not sure, but I see me. I see Bill. I'm not spotlighting. I see me. I see Bill. I see Greg. I see Jeff with an avatar, and Chris Garrett. Yeah. Same.
Well, I was messing around this afternoon, and I noticed my bottom monitor, it wasn't in line. It wasn't lined up right. So I got one of those arrows where you can move it, and I moved it down a little bit, and all of a sudden, both of them opened up on the same window.
Now I do see. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight this and see if I'm actually seeing what I think I'm seeing here. Yeah, I see a bar just above Zoom that looks like it might be a browser.
Yeah.
Is that
Probably
what that
Opera.
is?
Yeah, Opera.
Yeah, it does look like Opera. Yeah.
That's what I use.
Oh, okay.
But that's in the that's on the top monitor.
And you're taking this off the bottom monitor?
Well, the whole thing is it's all. I mean, both of them are on the same image now.
Huh.
And I could never do that before. I tried to do it for a long time. But you know, if you can look in the middle, you'll see the clock that gets broken off is finished on the bottom.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
But I could never do that. All I did was move the window to put kind of center it, and I went too low and I double clicked, and for some reason, boom.
How do you do your screenshots?
What's that?
How do you do your screenshots?
I do that through what is it, paint.net?
Okay, I do mine using the snipping tool. Works out pretty good. If I were to take a print screen to do the entire screens, I get all 3 monitors. Yeah, tonight I'm using 3 monitors. I do have the one in front of me that can be either Machine, Streamer, or DaVinci, and I wanted to test something tonight, which works out really good. Tomorrow we're going to put the 3rd monitor, which is a 22-inch HP, above the other 22-inch HP, and then that'll eliminate the need to use this monitor at all. Yeah, I like the snipping tool. I find it to be really good because every time I try to take one with the print screen function, I get all messed up. So Tony looks like he's trying the new... There is a new SpeakerBot command. It is in the description. If no one plays it right before I get ready to end, if I can remember what it is, I will play it. It's just something I was messing around in. I wanted to test my knowledge of can I remember how to do some of these things. Speaking of remembering how to do some of these things, I successfully can connect my streamer computer to the DaVinci machine and get data out of that in both OBS and for YouTube. I was pretty happy. Greg helped me out a little bit. He pointed me in the right direction. I kind of was in the right area. I was just off a little bit. But thanks to Greg for the reminder. It did help. Yep, silent live stream. Subscribe, like. See, I've watched too much Filipino stuff. SLS, silent live stream. That's not what SLS stands for SpeakerBot. It stands for subscribe, like, and share.
I'm
Ran his real
CF, I'm not sure there's a CF yet. In fact, I'm
I
99%
know,
sure
but
there
not
is not
us
a
new
CF
people.
yet.
New people come and watch the show.
But there is a new one.
Irritated with that. I get irritated hearing somebody.
It involves the
throat over
second
over
and fourth letters of the alphabet.
It's just not good form.
Everybody's going, hey.
Not running out of fingers and toes here.
Could be, yeah, really. Of course, it could be the second and fourth letter from the letter Z, but it's not. Wintermute figured it out. Now, why is it not playing? Great.
Official Tim
Are you
Tech said
kidding
Mrs.
me?
K.
When I tested that earlier tonight around 7 o'clock, it worked just fine.
What, the BD is a new one?
Yeah, the BD's new.
I didn't
But
see any
it's
listed
interesting it did not work. Why did it not work? Everything else seems to want to work.
Official Team Tech
Oh,
said
no, I'm
hello,
sorry.
Tom.
It's not the fourth. My bad. Wrong hint. It's the second and, I don't know, somewhere down the line. Try a P. Try the second and P and see what that does. There we go. But now that's going to be in the way. Greg's smiling. And that's got to be Mrs. K. Yeah, only 18 minutes late today. Yes, we figured out how to... Yeah, there it is. This is just a test. I don't want everybody to get all bent out of shape. I'm going to
Whoa, good
put
job.
my avatar on. I just don't want to be rude
That's
and
a
be
good
texting
one.
when I'm
That's a
on
birdie.
there. I'm just going to
Yours
answer
is
her
a
with
par, but
a quick
red is a
word.
Hey,
So
I
let's
think she's worried
go.
that
I'm
would not make it
just
tonight or
pop.
something,
You're in
so
friendly
I am
territory.
back.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
all that
I know, but not with
was
new
accessible
people.
through
People
and
come
is
and watch
on
the
the
shows, people
DaVinci
get
machine,
irritated with that.
but
I
I
get
accessed it
irritated.
through
Hearing
OBS, which
somebody
I wasn't
get
sure I
it
could do
through
that.
over and over and over.
I wasn't even sure I could
It's just not
access
good
it
form.
on YouTube to make it a trailer, but I can. It's it's perfect. I absolutely am going to love the fact that I've got DaVinci on the DaVinci machine, the whole folder, the whole DaVinci folder. I shared that, not knowing if it would get everything that was in the folder or not. Spoiler alert, it does, and I'm happy. Now the same thing with the golf. My golf source is over on the Streamer machine because that's where I download everything to, and I can grab that as well. So my screen seems very blurry. Check your, go down to settings on YouTube, click on settings, and make sure it's broadcasting, or make sure you're seeing it in 1080p. I'm not blurry. Well, I'm blurry, but not in the sense that we think I am. I'm looking at it too, Tim, and it looks fine. Yeah, now the shout out command should work.
Shout out to John Williams.
Right. And it will tell you, it'll say the person's name, and it'll point you to click on said person's YouTube channel. I just fixed it on my smart TV. Yeah, well, your smart TV is not too smart there, Timmy. Probably, yeah, I know. Probably it was the gear, go to 1080 and make, I don't trust auto, and I'll tell you why I don't trust auto.
Shout out to Wintermute.
There you go. If I have a blurry screen, I'll check the gear, and it always says auto. It's never 1080p. I just scroll up to 1080 and we're good to go. I watched a creator today that did two and a half minute uploads of the same thing. One of them was done in HD, one of them was done in 4K. For the most part, and he even admitted this in both of them, for the most part, most people aren't going to see the difference unless you have a 4K monitor or TV. If you do, you're going to see one huge difference. The HD is good. I'm in HD right now, and it's good, but the 4K is just so much better. I don't know how any other word to put it. Sorry, there are duplicate records for official Tim Tech. You need to use their ID if possible, or they need to change their. Oh my God! Check it out. SpeakerBot is calling Tim Tech out. It says, "Sorry, there are duplicate records for official Tim Tech." So, I've got to ask this question now. Tim, how many channels do you have that say official Tim something? I'm just, I mean, if you don't want to ask, just put too many to remember, or I don't know, or something. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize it would do that. Sam, were you aware that it might do that?
Yes.
I did not know that. Now, they have to be in... Uh-oh, why did that not get all of that? My keyboard has been acting up most of the day.
So let's go. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm,
Susanna Morgan, single
Shout
mother.
out to
Hello.
Jeff Ryman.
You're in friendly territory.
Yeah,
There we
I
go.
know.
I think
I
only
know,
a
but
few.
not with new people.
Do you have
People
a
come and
channel
watch
that
the
only
shows,
has
and
a
people get
single
irritated with that. I get irritated.
name to it? In other
hearing
words,
somebody
just
clear
to
the
say
throat over and
Tim
over
Tech
and
Wiz.
over.
Is that a single
just
channel, or
not
do you
good
have
form.
Tim Tech Wiz A, Tim Tech Wiz B, or I hope you follow what I'm trying to say there. So it does work. I forgot all about that one. It's good to see. Very good to see. Only a few. Rick says only a few. Now Rick, I know, has content, so a shout out to Rick Lakes would be good because he's got uploaded content.
토니와 로세드 원크.
Shout out to Rick Lakes.
Okay, so that came across while the eyeball was on there. It needs some tweaking, and I know it needs some tweaking. So anyway, Speaking of shout outs, I want to thank all the homies that participated last night in successfully figuring out how to put ringtones on my iPhone. That would have been Sam. I believe Tony was there for a little bit. Jeff Pearl was there for a little bit. Actually, Jeff was there for a lot bit. Then Brian came over and joined us. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm pretty sure there was about 6 of us. But we successfully did it. We ended up going with the suggestion from Sam using Audacity.
A few of you did it. Some of us were just observers.
Oh, were you? It worked out. It worked out.
1.6 million without power now.
Did you get Wintermute? Wintermute was definitely there.
Might have been Wintermute. No, was Wintermute there? I don't remember.
Yes, he was.
Was he? Okay. Well, you got to remember, I'm getting old and feeble, and my memory is really bad sometimes. I mean, I laugh about it now, but one of these days I probably am not going to be laughing about not having a good memory. The good news is it works just fine. Now, Brian challenged me to get 100 ringtones by tonight, and I don't know if he's watching or not, but I'm in the 90s. But I think I misunderstood his challenge. I think he wanted me to get 100, convert 100, put 100 on the phone. Spoiler alert, I haven't done that yet. Wintermute says, no, I wasn't invited to the breakout room. I thought I did do that after Brian called me, because he got there late too. And that's the one thing I don't like about breakout rooms. If you're not present when it's created, you are locked out. You cannot get into it. Yeah, you're right, John. I surpassed that plateau a long time ago. That's why I like the monthly get-togethers with my classmates, because it's just so much fun to sit there and talk and listen to everybody. We've got one tentatively planned for the city of Memphis, Tennessee, but that'll be next year. And here's the catch. None of my classmates live in Memphis, Tennessee. One of my classmates lives about 20 minutes outside of Memphis in either Louisiana or Mississippi. I believe it's Mississippi. And she suggested we do it in Memphis. And I'm all up for going to Memphis to do that. I have no qualms whatsoever. In fact, I would think it'd be kind of cool. And then, logistically, you're obviously not going to leave Indiana, drive down to Memphis, have dinner, and drive back to Indiana. So you're probably going to be staying overnight somewhere. And she said, yeah, and if anyone needs a place to hang out overnight or whatever, we've got plenty of space. Just let her know. Did we hear about the hurricane, the Florida hurricane? What? Wait, there's a hurricane in Florida?
That's news to me.
Oh.
Not really. Yeah, Tim, we've all been monitoring it now for about 2 days, and I've got 2 different feeds going with 4. One of them's Fox News, lambasting me now, it's fine. The other
존
one
윌리엄즈
I've
said
never heard
멤피스
of.
이제
I
쿨타운,
know.
그레이스랜드 이제 awesome.
Yeah, yes, there are other reasons other than having our classmates get together every month to go down there. So I look forward to it.
You can take your stepson from Sheridan.
Yeah.
It was
Speaking
like the
of that, I did inform said stepson of that we finally accomplished that, and he says, Ken, I can do that on my Android in about 5 seconds. So, surprised he's not here.
I wasn't going to say that to you last night.
I
would sound like Alex.
I get Android's got some features that the iPhone doesn't, and vice versa. And iPhone, I think Jeff Ryman hit it right on the head, the nail on the head last night when he said Apple wants to control everything, and
Apple wants to control system.
Yeah.
Most of this
go ahead,
stuff
Jeff.
on Apple generally works well because it's what they call a closed ecosystem, and they can manage everything.
Yeah. I considered
you're trying to do something that they didn't want you to do, so to speak. I mean, since they removed that tone from texting.
Right.
So then you got to kind of sneak around the back of the barn to do it or whatever.
You're right. And I'm actually considering doing maybe an upload, maybe a live stream on the process of doing that. But then I thought, is that copyright? Am I giving away copyrighted secrets for Apple? So I've got to kind of juggle that. Well, because I'm quite sure somewhere in the YouTube annals of rules or whatever, they probably got something written where you can't actually demonstrate ways to get around things that is not normal. In fact, I think I've read somewhere where people lost their channels doing exactly that. Have I ever been to Springfield, Illinois? And the second question, the Lincoln statement, the Lincoln Memorial is a good destination. I've been to Springfield. Did not go to the Lincoln Memorial. But you're right, that probably would be someplace to go.
All you do is just show how to convert sound tones to
I know
different formats.
I know.
And just don't say for Apple phones.
I got to look into it before I do it. It's it's so simple. You probably, for most people that aren't named Ken Stout, you probably could say, download an MP3, take it into Audacity, blah, 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 and then put it on your iPhone through iTunes. You know, it's just pretty simple. So, I don't know. I'm contemplating it. Got to come up with something.
Because I know the first phone I had, I ripped the song off the CD and put it on the phone.
Yeah, I've got Bad to the Bone and was added, and now I re-added Robot. It's just a shame I had to re-add Robot that comes for a ringtone, but Apple took it away as a text tone. That's just crazy. And then and I think everyone knows I haven't downloaded anything else. I do have one. Some of you are aware of it. I'm not going to broadcast it live, but it's pretty funny, I think. I don't think I'll ever use it, honestly, because people won't understand that it's just a humorous thing. So I do want to follow up, and then I'm going to go a little bit over tonight because it's already 10:31, but I am going to go a little bit into overtime. I agree with what Doug's assessment of this new promote yourself, whatever it's called on YouTube is. I put the comment in there, and it was half-heartedly a joke, and it was half-heartedly serious. The only people that are going to benefit from this is YouTube. The numbers that I saw were 500 subscribers up to 500,000 subscribers. They consider that a small channel. So yes, Mr. 35 years of experience is considered a small channel by whoever wrote this article. In my opinion, 379,000 subscribers, that's pretty significant. I don't see it doing the algorithm shoves that it's saying. I mean, think about it. You're going to get awarded points based off of someone doing something, and then how do the points... It's malarkey. I learned that word today, malarkey. Anybody got anything before I go ahead and end this and we go over to the Zoom session that follows?
Sergeant
John
Malarkey
Williams said
was
goodbye, Ken.
part of the Band of Brothers.
Who?
Sergeant Malarkey.
Sergeant? I didn't know that. Real name or stage name? Got to be stage name.
Real name.
Real name, okay. All right.
You got people riding their bicycles up and down the road.
Yeah, Bill, you're going to have people out there that, they're going to be doing the Lieutenant Dan on top of the mast going, "You call this a storm?" It's going to happen.
The wind's just starting to make its way here.
Well, hopefully you get through the night and everything is good. So there's the email. If you want to join us on Zoom, send me an email. You know the deal. Also want to thank everyone on YouTube generically. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. Also want to thank the homies generically. Thank you, guys. And I will be finding the Doug button. This will be interesting. Okay, so John Williams, if you can hear me, let me know. I saw your thanks, Ken, after the throbbing thing, the circle thing had gone around. I restarted it just to see if I can. So John, if you're still with us, put a 1 in chat. Princess Milton Cam. Okay, Wintermute linked Bill's Princess Cam. I believe that's what that's to. I'm going to click on it and see. And yes, it is. Yeah, it looks pretty calm there. In fact, the water that had gathered out at the end of your driveway has basically gone away to a little puddle. So
it's pretty good drainage right there.
You're going to. John's got a 1. So again, you've got a definite amount of time, or a specific amount of time rather, to restart your stream once you win it. So cool. John, you're quite welcome. Thank you for being here every night. As I have said this, thank all of you for being here every night. I am stopping the stream again. Watch some smart aleck will put. But